in Finvasia Shoonya algo. So previously in the other video I showed like when you run the new script, the old one was giving us some errors, and only the new one was running. So what we need to do is we need to store the access token that we generate, and then we need to use that access token every time we run a new script. So we need to use that access token to be set to the script. We won't be logging in every time. Login will be done only once we get that access token, and we store it in a text file. And from the text file we read that access token, and then we continue doing our uh, algo. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to uh, get the Noren API from the mm, user data. So for that, first go to C drive, then go to users, then go to your username, then here go to app data, then go to local, then go to programs, then go to Python, then your Python version, then libs, sorry, lib, then here, here you need to go to site packages, and here you search for Noren API. So you would have a folder like this. Copy this Noren API that file, and then go to your folder and then paste it there. So we have the Noren API with us. Now open the text editor that you use. Inside this Noren API, we need to make some changes. Okay, and also keep this API helper file with you. We need to copy some text from that file and paste it in the Noren API. So Noren API and this in the API helper, here if you see host, copy that URL, entire URL. So here you need to paste that, and similarly for WebSocket and EOD data, EOD host, you need to do the same. Okay, so that thing is done, and I have already told you in the previous video that you need to make a config.py file. So in this config.py we store our username, password, the vendor code, the access token, all those details. So if you don't know how to do this, please watch the previous video and then come back to this video. I already created this thing, let me delete. Okay, so we did that thing, and now scroll down a bit. Here in login, what you need to do is you need to make a file. Let's say shunyaki.txt comma f dot write. We would write this data into that file, su user token, and we close that. So what we are doing here is the super token that we are getting, we are storing it in a text file with the name shunyaki.txt. Then what you need to do is you would then token setter self here open shunyaki.txt comma r comma read comma R strip, and then what we will do here is so here change this A to W, and here what we do is we will set the token. So for that we need self dot yes user token is equal to token, and since we are like after we log in, we'll be setting the token directly, so we need to define our username and password also. So for that username is equal to, you can put in your username here, and self dot uh, password is equal to, you can put your password here, and also self dot underscore underscore account id is equal to, here also you need to put the username in account in the place of account id. So this will be the major change that we'll be doing in this file. And yeah, in on here in the top you need to import config import config. Where are we using that? Okay, so no need of importing config here in the top. You can delete this. Okay, you save this file. Now create a file with any name. You can define whatever name you want. Now what we do is, from Noran API import Noran API. Here the class is Noran API. This is the class that we are going to import here. Okay, now we will set this class like Shoonya is equal to Noran API. We are creating an object for the class. Now what we'll do is Shoonya dot inside the object, sorry, inside the class we need to access this function, login function. So here we will give Shoonya dot login, and in the login function there are user id, password, two-factor verification, vendor code, API secret, and IMEI number. So what we'll do is we'll import the config file that we have, import config, and from the config file we will config dot username, config dot password, config dot 2fa, config dot vc, config dot vendor code, then config dot tab secret, then config dot IMEI. So what I'm like what I've typed here, this same should be in the config file. Like the username should be defined as username itself, and password should be defined as password, and two-factor that should be defined as 2fa. Yes, and vendor code, API secret, IMEI. So this should be the exact names that you are going to give in the uh, inside the config file. Okay, otherwise it doesn't work. You need to cross check if the names are same or not. Okay, now here in the left side if you see, there is no file with the name Shoonya text dot Shoonya key dot txt. So now when I run this file, there would be a file created. Okay, we're getting an error. Now run API. Positional argument required 3. Okay, you need to delete that self. Only keep the self here and delete host and that other 3 things. Now we run this file again. No config as 2fa. Okay, let me see what is inside the config file. It's factor 2, vc, app key, and IMEI. Okay, the names are different in inside the config file that I have defined. Factor 2, vc, app key. Yeah, so this time if you see inside the Shoonya key.txt there is some token that is generated, and if I see B9540 would start. Now again if I run this, did this one gets refreshed. As you can see the token has got refreshed. Okay, this is the on-time login. So we have saved our token inside the Shoonya key.txt file. Now what we'll do is we'll go to our main file. We'll go to our main file, and inside this file we'll first import the config file, and then from Noran API import Noran API, and then we will set that class to an object. Okay, now we need to set the token. Okay, inside the Noran API file, what did we have? We had for setting the token, we had set token is a function. So sorry, set underscore token. So we have set set token by this function. We will be setting the token. Okay, now I will try to print the LTP of our function. Print Shunya dot get codes of NSC comma RELIANC Reliance Equity. Okay, see we are getting the output here. Now I will put it in a while loop, and I will show you what the difference we had in the uh, o- uh, in the other video what I showed, and in this video what it will be. Okay, we need another file for this. Yeah, so let me change the things here. I'll copy the exact same things here. Okay, now I'll do a separate window for this. Now I'll run this test api.py file. Let's see. Okay, it is running. Okay, let me get only the LTP from this file. Okay, as you can see, it is running perfectly fine and giving us the LTP of Reliance equity. Now I go back to this file and I will try to run this file also. This is running fine, as you can see. As you can see, it is running fine. Now I'll try to run this file also. Let's see what happens. Do we get any error or no? See, both the files are running perfectly fine. So this is the way how you can run multiple scripts without getting that error that your session is invalidated, and due to which you can't you know work on the previous file. So using this method you can run multiple scripts like 4 5 at a time and nothing happens. It works perfectly fine. Now I'll try to stop this file. Let me see. Okay, I'll create another file. Let me, yeah, this file I'll use, and I'll paste the same things here, but this time I'll get the code for SVIN. Okay, so now I will have 3 files running. See, as you can see, all the 3 files are working perfectly fine. Yeah, so that's all in this video, guys. Thank you.